Okay, I just want to talk a little bit about encapsulation. I'm using just a regular sheet of copier paper. Encapsulation is really putting things into a microclimate, a small environment. This stuff is air permeable a little bit, but not very much. So anything that's going in there really needs to be chemically stable. So if you were, encapsulating an archival document, you really want to be looking at its chemical stability first and figuring out if it needs to be deacidified, either with an aqueous, a water-based bath if the inks aren't soluble, or with a alcohol-based spray. Various types of deacidifying solutions come in an alcohol. Bookkeeper is the primary one at the moment. So we'll assume that this is chemically stable. I have 2 sheets of mylar. These are just regular sheets that we buy in this size, but we have rolls and larger sheets. So I'm making sure that the paper is small enough that I can, the sheet of mylar is bigger than the sheet, to the point where I can put double-sided tape across the edges, and it's not going to touch the paper and it's not going to be hanging out the sides. We really don't want the adhesive to be touching any of the document or leaching out of the side of the plastic. So to get this in the right position, I'm just going to put a weight on top of it to get a guide, and I'm leaving 2 or 3 millimeters of space along the side of the paper. It's not exactly square, but I'll square the paper up to it. And the same all the way around. And I'm just going to leave small air gaps on this tape so that there is some air transference. So this tape comes in different thicknesses. I'm not sure how thick this is. Let me just measure it. It's kind of 1/2 inch, and there's a 1/4 inch as well. So I've got my document in position. The tapes are all stuck into position. I can now take the bottom sheet off, the second sheet, and put it on the top. So we haven't stuck anything together yet. I'm going to just check the position of the paper, put a weight on top of it, and carefully just peel one of these back and anchor the whole thing together. I can move the weight down a bit as long as it holds everything in place. Peel off another one and carefully drop it down. I'm doing these 2 together because once that one's down I won't be able to get to this one. So if you notice, I've accidentally encapsulated a little bit of paper or something inside of there, so that's something to be wary of. And what I'm going to do with a safety ruler, 1 second, I shall get one. I'm just going to trim these down a little bit. So rather than trim it this way with my blade and risk slicing across here, I want to cut on the waste side. So it's a little more difficult, but I'm just going to move the safety ruler. These things are really good. If you slip, it stops you cutting your top off your thumb, which I have done once. So I'm just going slightly past the adhesive and trimming off a very small cut just to square it up and So I'm just past the adhesive, so the adhesive is not right to the edge of the mylar. So we have a nicely encapsulated document. It's flat, all the seams are not wrinkled, meaning the plastic is nice and flat. Yes, it's a shame about the ding. So that's how to encapsulate by hand using just mylar and double-sided tape. You need a few basic tools. It's a really good way of protecting things, but as I say, you need to consider that you do need some kind of air transference in some of these seams, just to let a little bit of air in and out.